Countless champions have been crowned throughout the history of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh! But what about the underdogs, the dark horses, the decks that upon first glance make you question everything you thought you knew about the game? In this series, both MBT and myself will be showcasing some of Yu-Gi-Oh's wackiest unsung heroes. Each episode will feature new decks, new strategies, and the results will be unpredictable. You've seen the history of Yu-Gi-Oh! But this is the history of Jank. If you want 5% off any singles or sealed product, click the affiliate links in the description and use code Cimoooooooo5. And clicking the TCG Player affiliate link before you shop helps support us to provide you with more amazing content.
Well, I didn't think the worst rank 5 turbo deck in the history of time would get us the W, but it did. What can I say? I've become one with the jank. Left on the wheel is Psychic, Ojama, and Jurak, and I am itching to play some Cretaceous Cretans. Let's give this wheel a good spin. Perfect.
Well, we incurred a humiliating defeat playing the Fortune Ladies, and let's be honest, we played that deck pretty poorly, so that was pretty likely to happen. But we've got 3 more chances with the wheel here. We have taken the Fortune Ladies out, and we are back with the wheel once more to see what we are going to be playing for this episode. And hopefully, it is something strong enough to get us out of the jank tank, and I think Ancient Gears might just do it.
I am so happy I get to show this one off. From the victorious shores of playoffs comes a hidden arsenal archetype like no other. Previously, these Cretaceous creeps never saw the light of day, but now it is time to bring them to the present. I present Jurak. Jurak to me is one of the biggest what-ifs in Yu-Gi-Oh's history. It just came out at a really bad time. This series of powerful dinosaur-type monsters is a little bit confused. Some of their monsters proc if you destroy an opponent's monster by battle, some are very aggressively statted 4-star monsters, and some facilitate strong synchro summons and tribal synchros. But in general, like most hidden arsenal archetypes, it was a complete flop. These monsters are notable in Yu-Gi-Oh's history because of their applications in other decks. Jurak Gwaiba was a centerpiece in Dino Rabbit, being able to summon, well, another Jurak Gwaiba, so you could overlay for an Evilzar Dolka before your opponent fell asleep. Jurak Aolo was part of Miscellaneousaurus combo lines. You can banish it to summon this card from your deck, which had the amazing functionality of being a tuner. It's frustrating, of course, because I think Jurak is just ever so close to being broken, and I think that this deck exemplifies why. It's able to play powerful 4-star monsters that get out of hand almost immediately, like Gwaiba, which if you're ahead is fantastic, Velo, which if you're behind is fantastic, Dino, which is both a tuner and a way to get Juraks into your graveyard and cycle more cards into your hand, and the centerpiece of the deck, Jurak Aolo. This card has so much going for it. You can normal summon this card and then immediately tribute it to summon a level 4 or lower Jurak monster from your graveyard, and it's got 200 defense, so you can Rekindling. Over the course of a long game, extended by use of cards like Gwaiba in order to make powerful Xyz monsters like Utopia, and Velo in order to function as a recruiter, floating into additional Juraks over the course of a turn, you can get to a position where you've got 1 or 2 Aolos in rotation, normal summon one, go for a 4, rekindling a couple of Aolos back, and end on a couple of powerful Xyz and Synchro bosses all over the course of a singular turn, activating a soul charge that doesn't even require a battle phase negation. It's unbelievably strong and just a little too late. This deck is sandwiched between Dino Rabbit completely simplifying the Gwaiba style of gameplay and powerful combo decks hating it out of the format. In 2011 or 2012, you really can't, with a straight face, play a deck that lives or dies off of a battle recruiter. But we're going to try anyway. So let's go into the card by card. We've got 3 Gwaiba, 3 Velo, 2 Dino. If this card destroys an opponent's monster by battle during the end phase, you contribute a Jurak to draw 2, which is great. You want more shots at really powerful cards like Aolo, and you want Juraks engraved so the Aolo actually accomplishes something. This deck is playing Flamvell Firedog. I guess technically it's like a Gwaiba in the sense that it can summon a Jurak from deck. I just don't like this card in general. 3 copies of Tengu, Shocking. 2 Effect Veiler, 2 Maxi, a 1-for-1, a Scapegoat, a Dark Hole, a Pot of Avarice, a Monster Reborn, a Heavy Storm, a Book of Moon, a My Body is a Shield, double Shrink to get those sick battle phase effects of Jurak Gwaiba off of combat tricks, triple Rekindling, triple Fossil Dig, triple Lance, and triple Decree. We are not playing trap cards. In the side, we've got a Maxi, an Effect Veiler, triple Cyber Dragon, triple Crow, triple Leeching the Light, double Thunder King Ryo, and double Closed Forest. In the extra, we've got Chimera Tech, double Utopia, Roach, Trishula, Mistworm, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, Black Rose, Jurak, Giga Noto. The payoff for playing this ridiculous tribe of subpar monsters is a Synchro monster that doesn't even contest Black Rose Dragon in terms of playability. Brionac, Dragon of the Ice Barrier, Hyper Librarian, Ally of Justice, Catastor, Armory Arm, and Formula Synchron. I hope I get to pop off with Rekindling in this set, but if not, you can just shut your eyes and pretend we're playing Dino Rabbit.
This deck just looks like something you would bring to play at school during recess just because you can summon the biggest idiots in Yu-Gi-Oh! All in one deck. So we're playing Ancient Gears, ladies and gentlemen. Gear Town is a card that Edison players and other, historic format players may know and love because of its interaction to summon stuff like Ancient Gear Gadgetron Dragon, but we're just going the full distance. We are playing with literally every Ancient Gear card that is just big and massive and is able to pierce and just do a lot of really annoying things. Now, Gear Town, a lot of you may not know, actually has a second ability because typically people only care about the destruction effect. It says in the first line of text, both players can normal summon Ancient Gear monsters for 1 less tribute. This means you can just straight up normal summon Ancient Gear Beast and you can summon Ancient Gear Golem or Gadgetron Dragon for 1 tribute, which can actually be quite annoying for your opponent to deal with if they have a smaller just attack line across their entire monster count. So let's do the card by card. We have 3 Beast, which Beast not only has the typical Ancient Gear clause that your opponent can't activate spells or traps when it attacks, but also negates the effects of an opponent's monster destroyed by battle with it. So that means that if it goes into like Recruiters, it's a very annoying card to deal with. Gadgetron Dragon is just a big 3k dude essentially with the Ancient Gear clause, and Gear Golem's the same way except it actually has piercing. We have 2 copies of Veiler, triple Fortress. The one thing I will say about this deck, it's playing a bunch of clunky idiots. There is no shortage of ways to get to Fortress in this deck, and so thankfully this is like our backup win condition, maybe our main win condition in all honesty, and triple Gear Frame to search him. We also have 3 Malefic Cyber and Dragon, because if we didn't have enough big machines, this is another one that we can summon in tandem with our Gear Town. Then rounding out the monsters, we have 2 Maxi. We have Dark Hole Future Fusion, which the only viable target we have for this is actually Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem, because the Sidra stuff is not even summonable, considering the fact that Cyber Dragon is a card that we only play 2 of when we need 3 of on Cyber End, and Chimera Tech Fortress Dragon, you don't really want to summon that off of Future Fusion. So Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem is actually the move here, and boy, if we could summon this, that would be pretty sick. We have triple Gear Town, we have heavy limiter removal Monster Reborn, triple Duality, very weird in a deck that does a lot of special summoning, but again, we need to find like Gear Town, and if we don't find it, we're probably going to lose. That's why we're also playing triple Terraforming, and then we have Dark Bribe, Judgment, Double Warning, Starlight Road, and Torrential Tribute. Aside from the aforementioned fusions, we do have Catastor, Ancient Fairy, Black Rose, Brionac, Colossal Fighter, Orient Dragon, Scrap Dragon, Stardust, Utopia, and Roach. I'm not sure if any of these will come up, but maybe they will. I think if anything, the rank 4s will be the most useful, but Veiler is a tuner, so, that plus any of our things like a 6, like in Gear Beast, could maybe come up. And then the side, we have double Barbaros, double Cyber Dragon, a 3rd Maxi, double Ryo, double Leeching the Light, double MST, 2 Skill Drain, and 2 Vanity's Emptiness. I'm not sure how relevant these are going to be against the deck that Joseph's playing, but we'll have to evaluate once we know, because we're back with the wheels, so anything is possible. I'm excited. This is just going to be a fun, brainless deck where you just hit with big things as fast and as hard as possible, and hope that it's enough to get you a win. So ladies and gentlemen, let's not make you wait any longer. It's time to duel. Well, buddy, the Fortune Ladies last episode didn't go so hot. In all fairness, I probably could have played better, like I can probably play better every episode. However, this time I'm feeling much more confident that I will get out of the Jank tank, and hopefully you are, judging by the sleeves here, you are feeling the same.
I don't understand. You could have played better? Have we made a mistake on this series yet? I feel like...
Never.
I feel like we
Never.
haven't. No, it's unfortunate that you were not fortunate in our last episode, but this time I think in looking forward to the future of Yu-Gi-Oh, you would do well to remember the past, and I'm gonna turn back the sands of time on you this one.
Were you trying to just fit as many as you could into that line?
Yeah, I made a bet that I couldn't get 14 references to the oh my god, I forgot about the Homestuck guy. Well, I'm sorry, that's just gonna have to have happened.
It's okay. You got him. You mentioned him twice in one episode.
Yeah,
but in this case, let's shout the patron this episode. Ryan Towers, thank you for the support. Buddy, I took the liberty of taking away your ability to hold up the hand last episode. Do you have it up this time?
Yeah, I guess so.
Let's go with whatever the die says. Odd.
It's even. You should have trusted your
No!
gut. I picked a 4 for a reason you're about to find out.
Gee, I wonder why that could be. All right, buddy. You probably haven't gone first in like a month, so this must feel good for you. Best of luck.
It's been a while. It's been a while. Oh my god! Oh! Are you sure this is Jank? Jesus Christ! This hand's okay. All right, I guess
You good?
I'll begin
You
with
good over
Fossil
there?
Dig. Yeah.
Yeah, here we go. Probably the first time this card's ever been activated at any point in the historic timeline.
Yeah, so I'm gonna grab...
Soul Eating Oviraptor, right?
Yeah, I think I'm actually not gonna activate Fossil Dig.
Really?
Yes.
I mean, have you read Misk? That card's pretty good.
This deck, unlike every other one of these I've ever played, has choices.
I wouldn't know what, looking at my hand, I wouldn't know what that's like.
No, I will save it. We're gonna set 2, and I'm gonna pass it back to you.
Just straight up set 2 pass. Huh?
I'll just tell you right now. Imagine the 2 best cards it could be. Those are the ones it is.
Main one in that case. Looking at the contents of my hand, you apparently opened with the best hand imaginable. I did not do any such thing, so I'm going to start with a humble Pot of Duality.
Yeah, just go off, King.
As much as this deck can go off, I kind of like that heavy storm, buddy. Not gonna lie. I think I'm gonna have to take that one.
All right, do what you gotta.
Okay, so we'll get these out of here. Let's just heavy. It's too easy.
It's actually
to pass
not
up.
that good. I was playing around it, baby.
Oh, okay.
You got Scapegoat and
who's the
Decree.
idiot now? To be fair, that would have actually done literally nothing. I've got Gear Frame.
Yeah.
I should have just kept that Fortress on top and just added it back to my hand. But we don't like to cheat here in this series. I'll just take out a goat.
I mean, that's the thing is that we've actually never cheated. Yeah.
Never. Not once in the like 50 episodes of this series that we filmed. Go ahead.
My God. Not super sexy. We're just gonna Guaiba here.
Okay.
Go to combat.
Lance.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll
So,
spare you
we know how this
saying
works.
it.
We know how this works. Yeah.
All right,
I'll take the 7. Trigger your Guaiba.
Yeah, we're gonna summon a Guaiba and attack directly. Have we ever?
No, you're not.
Are you sure? Because I'm pretty sure this is how it works. Otherwise, we've messed up several episodes of actual history.
You just had to rub it in, didn't you? You just had to rub it in, didn't you?
Okay,
Yeah,
so-
don't watch that episode, ladies and gentlemen.
No, do watch it. Turn on the ads, please. All right. So
That's true.
unfortunately, the bad news here is we're doing this at a time that predates Dino Rabbit, right? This deck became really popular when the 4 pool got large enough that there was really cool stuff you could go into from the extra deck. But this time I can go into Utopia or Steel Swarm Roach, and neither of those seem great.
You also have, I don't know what's in your deck, but there is Jurak Aeolo, and you do
Yes.
have those Scapegoat tokens out, so could do something there.
I do have some options in terms of that, and I am going to go for it. So we're going to go Jurak Aeolo here. Second main, we're going to go Aeolo and a token off, and we are going to summon a Formular Synchron.
Go ahead and get your draw.
We will. So this is kind of frustrating because you have the capacity next turn to maybe summon that guy, but that's an inherent summon, so maybe I do make the Roach? Yeah. We'll go Formula and the 2 tokens for an Armory Arm.
And then overlay for Roach.
Yeah, we'll make Roach. It's not pretty, but
asshole.
this card that I drew off the top of the deck, I think is going to make it a little prettier. So I'm going to pass 1, and I'll go for it.
Boy, the card I just drew would have been infinitely more helpful given the circumstances. I'm just going to Duality again.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay.
Boy, you sure do got fortresses coming out of your asshole.
I do. If only you saw what my hand looked like. I am just going to grab Torrential.
Sure.
Put the other ones back. And I'm going to set a card that could literally be anything and pass the turn.
Quite literally. Stand by me. We are going to normal summon Jurak Velo.
Okay. I imagine you have something to stop this.
It's prog time, baby. Woo!
Woo! There it is. All right. Yep.
Boom, boom. Shakalaka laka boom.
36. I'll
Yep.
take it.
Back to you.
Okay. Well.
Son of a bitch. All right, that's fine.
Prog time, baby.
Yeah.
We're going to special Fortress. We're going to pitch Gear Golem.
Oh my god.
Go for 25.
We want to go for another one here? Yeah.
I wish. No. Unfortunately, they're all back in the deck where they're shuffled from 2 potted Duality. Go ahead.
Open the door. Get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Okay, so we're going to Dark Hole here.
Okay. I believe this won't do anything. Yes, because you have no cards on the field. You're no fun.
I'm digging.
You're finally digging. I just love the artwork on this card. They could have gone and had like all of the dinosaur bones in the dirt, and it could have just been that with like a shovel. But no, they took like Doitsu, Soitsu, Eitsu, and whatever the other one is, and had them in this and just made this card great. I love it.
God, you are just about almost dead. There's no almost about it. You are toast, my friend.
Am I?
I'm gonna grab Velo.
Okay.
Turns out I didn't need to dig this turn anyway. I'm gonna normal Aeolo.
Sure.
Activate the effect. We're gonna summon back this Velo.
Wait, this thing has an effect?
Yeah.
I thought this was just a tuner.
Yeah.
I will max C in response to this, though.
Oh, that is really rough for me. Okay.
You said I was Jed, Mr. Rothschild. What happened?
Well, you activated Maxi. That's what happened. And I know that there's good cards in this format.
That is true. I will take 17.
Yeah, back to you.
Well, thankfully, Fortress can be summoned from either hand or grave, so I have enough dumbass machines that I can just pitch from my hand to resummon it, so that's cool. That's all I got, though. 25.
All right, I'll take 8 here, and then I'll trigger Velo. I think I like Dino.
And then that's gonna do it for me. Go ahead.
All right, watch this. This is so fucking sick. Rekindling.
Yo!
Yeah.
That's
Oh, yeah.
so cool!
Oh, yeah, it's dope. Get on the floor. Everybody walk the dinosaur. Boom,
Oh my
boom,
god, and
shaka,
these are
laka,
like,
laka,
what's-
boom.
that's so good!
It's Soul Charge, baby!
Oh my god.
all
Okay,
right,
now hear me
let's,
out. You overlay all of them for a tin Archduke, or whatever that stupid
God, I'm
card
not
is.
even
that no one
playing
play-
it.
Why?
I don't know. I didn't build the deck. Anyway, it doesn't matter. I have the Forbidden Lance.
I see. So you're going to put me down to 17? Wait, that puts me to... Yeah, that puts me down to 17. Uh-oh.
Yep. Then let's get crashing.
Oh, and this is cool. Velo will trigger here as well.
Yeah!
Ah, that's pretty sweet. Okay, all right, you got me. My hand was like 9 ancient gear cards that I couldn't summon, so yeah, you can get the first one. You can get the first one. That's fine. Joseph, I got to admit, that was actually kind of sick. I did not realize like how explosive this deck is when it doesn't have the crutch of Lagia and Dolka to lean on.
It is so frustrating because I have found myself playing Jurak in like 4 different limited environments, and every time I play it, I'm like, damn, this is a really cool archetype that was just completely conscripted into the folds of disgusting evils are Xyz monsters.
Best of luck to you, sir. Thinking how I want to start my turn here, and my hand is interesting. I'm just gonna set one and pass.
Yeah, whatever. I don't have much to do neither. I'm gonna normal... I don't really think it matters. Normal Jurak Dino.
Sure.
Wow.
17 is fine.
Second me.
Throw them all down, buddy. Yeah.
I only got 2 for you.
Anything standby? Nope. Good, because I skipped it anyway. I'm going to activate Gear Town. And this card actually has a first line of text on it that says, both players can normal summon ancient gear monsters for 1 less tribute. So I'm going to do that with my Ancient Gear Beast. I will follow this up by pitching Ancient Gear Golem and
God.
Fortress to summon Fortress.
Yep.
Battle, Fortress in. Yeah, why'd you flip that Lance, buddy?
I am thinking about it. Why would I not be able to? Only Beast has
You could,
that attack,
I mean-
right? Lance makes us trade? That fucking sucks. All right, I'll just go Shrink in that case.
Oh, fuck. That's actually a good card.
Yeah!
Shit. Okay. So Fortress down. I'm going to take what? I go to 1250 to your 17, so I take 450.
Yep, this is really frustrating. At resolution of this, you get to destroy my monster.
I do, so I'm going to do that.
All right, cool.
2k in.
I'll take it.
And then that's it for me, buddy. Go ahead.
Stand by me. Lance your monster.
I go down to 12. Sure.
Dig.
Get digging. Go ahead.
We're gonna grab Aeolo.
Okay.
Normal Aeolo.
Can you use Aeolo to bring back the Dino?
Yep.
I guess I'll max C.
Sure. Take, what, 5?
Yes, I'll take 5.
Second main, I set 1 card. End phase, I'll trigger Dino, draw a couple of cards.
Sure.
Back to you.
It's a pretty sweet card. I'll draw.
Yep.
Terraforming.
Ooh, let's go, baby.
Get the one and only Gear Town.
Yep.
So we've never fucked up this interaction before. I'm going to set a card.
Could be anything.
Could be anything. I will trigger the Gear Town.
Correct.
Let's go ahead and grab... I don't know why I'm looking at my extra deck. That was weird. I'm playing multiple big threats, but I think for all intents and purposes, they're all just colossal idiots. So we haven't seen Gadgetron Dragon yet. Let's bring him out. Battle, 3K. And second main, I've got a back row. Over to you.
Stand by me. Heavy.
Yeah. Torrential, Warning, and Gear Town. I should trigger Gear Town, correct?
Yeah, you do get to.
I do. Okay. What's better than one Gadgetron than two?
I actually think that 0 is better than both of them.
No! Why would you do this to me?
Woo! And guess what, baby? The game's over. Rekindling. I think I may be a little off here.
Are you?
Yeah. So I can't summon back the Dino with the rekindling.
You're at 47. Yeah, I'm not dead. Or yeah. Sure. All right. This is bad. This is
Door
bad.
opened. I'm on the floor, baby. We're walking the dinosaur. Everybody walk the dinosaur.
I don't have much to say. I just got fucking cleaned this episode. Like, I thought I was doing okay, but your deck seems to just be like the best deck of 2011,
It's
evidently.
We'll talk about it at the end, but boy,
Of course,
it is one of the
holy
biggest misses in
shit.
Yu-Gi-Oh! That these were not legal during Edison format. This hand's unbeatable!
Future Fusion.
Yeah!
I don't even know what the fuck I can. I have this fucking thing? Oh, we're so going for it. I will send Ancient Gear Golem.
Yeah.
And 2 other Ancient Gear monsters to the graveyard.
Wait, this guy's out?
He is out.
Uh-oh. What are you revealing here?
Sorry, I will reveal the one and only Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem.
Oh, shit. That's not good.
I believe this does not count as a special summon, so I believe I can still duality under
Yes,
this
of
as well,
course.
which is neat. I will not be taking the heavy
You
sword.
sure? I
I'll
really
surprise
would
you.
appreciate it.
Yeah. I think I'm actually going to take the terraforming.
Yeah.
To no one's surprise. Shuffle these up. We'll go terraforming. Let's just get the Gear Town.
Yep.
Well, I guess if you have heavy, I should probably just have this on the field as a consolation prize. I'll just set 2 and pass.
This never happens in Edison, which is a format where this kind of thing is legal, but I love Gear Town as heavy insurance. I think it's so cool. Anything in standby? All right, main one. Shaka-laka laka boom. Boom, boom. Shaka-laka laka boom.
Draw. Anything.
No.
Turn 1 on Future Fusion.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
I was really hoping you would do something because I have nothing else I can do.
Well, okay. End step, I'll royal.
I think I have to Judgment.
That's rough. That's a really rough one, I gotta tell you. All right, I'll draw for turn.
At least you didn't have a second
Stand by
decree,
me.
thank God.
Stupid fucking card. Okay, I'll set one more. Back to you.
I will say, I'm going to probably be the only individual who's ever successfully summoned the almighty Ultimate Ancient Gear Golem.
We're gonna max you here.
Be my guest, my friend. I have nothing to stop this. Okay, so this thing's 4,400 attack, which is actually sort of colossal.
Yes, it is.
It has piercing. It has the traditional claws, and if it's destroyed, I can target an Ancient Gear Golem engrave and special summon it, ignoring its summoning conditions. That's actually like pretty shitty for how much commitment this.
I was gonna say
All right.
you could keep talking. You're not naming an effect I have to worry about yet.
44 to the dome.
God, I feel like I almost just take it.
Do you have a choice?
Yeah, I'll
You
take it.
can't even activate anything unless you did it pre-combat. I'm chilling with my dude here. Go ahead.
All right, stand by me. Ooh, that float is actually fucking me up just a little bit.
I was about to say, at the very least, at least it floats, right? I think this makes it better than Slifer the Sky Dragon because it floats.
I'm gonna fossil dig here. We'll grab Aolo.
Sure.
I'm gonna normal Velo, and then I'm gonna pass turn.
Normal Velo. Okay. So you're not dead technically. I'll draw. This connects. This is what? 2,700? You're not dead. You could also just main phase pre-attack. You could just like shrink or lance me a bit. Oh, Future Fusion's supposed to stay up. This card doesn't go anywhere.
Oh, right, yeah. How many times have we played formats with this card?
Well, the thing is, usually Future Fusion either never gets to resolve or the game is over before its resolution.
Right.
This is probably the first time we've gotten to like a turn past Future Fusion resolving. So, in that case, what the hell do we do now? I guess I just duality here.
Sure.
Well, that's a monster. Is it enough? Who knows? We'll go Gear Frame.
That's about as good as it gets. Yeah.
Okay, I will grab myself a Fortress. Luckily for you, I got off Duality, so I'm not doing that this turn. I guess I'll try to go to battle here.
All right, we're going to Valor the Golem. You know, actually, I think I'm okay with this.
So you're not Valoring the Golem. Ultimate Gear Golem into Velo.
Yeah, how much is this? It's not lethal, but if you have the limiter, I am dead.
2,700.
All right, I'll take it. We'll go Velo here. I'm going to grab Guaiba.
That's pretty good.
I promise I'm not telegraphing anything. Please attack with your Machina gear frame. There is nothing to be afraid of.
If you have Shrink or Lance, this is very bad. So I think I actually just have to pass.
Yeah, I mean. I'll draw for turn here. Wow, that's a weird draw. Stand by main. Oh my god. All right, I'm going to normal Guaiba here.
Yeah, you're fine.
All right, let's overlay here. We're going to make Dolka. This is the Dolka at home.
Is that the Dolka at home?
Yeah, and we're going to try for your gear
thinking. I actually don't think I have an out to Utopia.
This
Torrential?
deck is so good! Yeah, Torrential's fine. Does he not care? Oh, son of a bitch.
He just has to be destroyed, right?
Yeah.
All right, we'll trigger him.
Sure. Yeah, this simplifies things. Dark Hole.
Sure.
We're chilling, folks.
Heavy.
Oh, this could get really bad. Scapegoat.
Sure.
And then I think I'm gonna also lance one of my goats.
Sure.
Not how
that sounds like a good
it's
idea.
not remotely out.
I will trigger Gear Town, summon Golem.
I think you can't summon Golem off of Gear Town. As one Alex Simo would say, it's the first line of text on the card.
Summoned. What the fuck?
It's the first line of text on the card, baby.
Oh my god. All right. Well, I have the... You can't summon any of these fucking things. They're so bad.
No, you can summon Galgatron.
You can only summon Gadgetron. Yeah, that's like the
if you're
only
asking
one.
about any of the piercers, no, sorry, buddy. We're playing another turn.
That's what I was inquiring about, sir. Everything else literally does not matter. All right. Well, I mean, I don't think the goats are going to do anything. I'll pitch Golem for Fortress.
Yeah, go off, King.
Kill 2 goats. Second main, I have a back row. Go.
Oh, that kind of sucks. Stand by main.
Yep.
Aolo.
No response.
I don't know. Let's get Velo.
Rekindling.
Yeah.
Yep.
Just the one, unfortunately.
Not ideal.
Formular.
Yep.
Oh, okay. Go Black Rose.
Yep.
Woo! Get him out of here.
It was limiter.
Hey, you know what else it is?
I was hoping you'd get greedy. Holy shit.
I should have gotten another Aolo in rotation. Boom.
Take 17.
Back to you.
If I draw one of 4 cards in particular, I win automatically. And that is one of them, Terraforming.
Woo! That's rough. Yep.
Gear Town.
Mm-hmm.
Gear Town.
Mm-hmm.
Malefic, Cyber, and Dragon.
This is the worst thing I've ever seen. I'm going to Valor your Cyber End Dragon. So now other monsters can declare an attack.
Excellent. I'm glad. Thank you for the assistance. I appreciate it. All right. Well, I managed to snake one off of you somehow through some
like
divine
the third
miracle.
verse of the eponymous song, You Have Killed the Dinosaur. God, I love this deck. I'll play this deck all goddamn day.
It's cute what this deck is trying to do. I think the biggest issue is that it plays way too many fucking gigantic dudes, which it's ancient gears, so like I get that's what it wants to do. It plays way too many of them.
So I'll just like I'll spoil a little bit for the viewers of this series. Ancient Gear, while it's not good even remotely during this time in Yu-Gi-Oh! Doesn't mean it was never good. You know, it's not a Duel Links only deck. In fact, there are some people who would say during Edison, it is a consideration, at least at the rogue level. That Gear Town interaction you saw was really important historically and found its way into a ton of decks, even at the competitive level. Decks that are just a little more committed to Ancient Gear do get huge bonuses for it. Ancient Gear Beast, in formats where there's a lot of recruiters, is an insane card. It's unbelievably strong. And isn't clearable by any normal summonable monster. The ability to play like the powerful battle traps, the powerful back row, in a format that also includes Machina, I mean, it's unmatched. So if you liked the interactions from this 1v1, you have an opportunity to experience them by playing a deck adjacent to this in Edison, because these interactions are powerful enough to form the backbone of a couple of really strong decks in Yu-Gi-Oh's history.
Yeah, like Gear Town Splash just solely Gadgetron Dragon, right? Because that's the only thing you could summon. 3K Beater by Edison format is pretty annoying to deal with. And like you said, it's like heavy storm insurance. And I will say, while this deck played way too many dudes, I had no issue summoning Fortress in this deck, which sometimes when you play other decks, you can run into that issue. But there were so many like one-card Fortresses, like Golem, like Gadgetron, like Malefic Cyberend, that you can just go insane and just have a never-ending, just like recurring fortress that's always just going to be annoying for your opponent to deal with.
Pretty much the only fault I can find with your deck is the ratios. Yeah, like even drawing...
the only fault.
Well, even drawing a couple Ancient Gear Golems with a fortress isn't bad. You can pitch one for the fortress, then tribute another. And AGG himself is a really strong card, especially in formats where battle traps are good, especially in formats where recruiters are good, where Scapegoat is even remotely playable. There is a real argument for this deck in a lot of competitive Yu-Gi-Oh's history, despite the fact that Ancient Gear kind of carries this historical baggage of these shitty cards that were used by Crowler and racked up a total of 0 anime wins ever.
I mean, Gear Golem is such a fascinating enigma to me just because the clause it can't be special summoned. I think about like Yu-Gi-Oh! In retrospect. Would people have played Golem even if it didn't have that clause?
For sure.
Right?
It would be everywhere.
Because, I mean, would it though? Because there's still plenty of cards that deal with Golem that aren't in the battle phase. And like, are you going to specifically, are you just going, like, think about what decks were played when this card came out in what, like 2006, 2005 even? Like, yeah, okay, you're thinking about like, pre-GOAT era still, but I don't know. Like, there's not like there's only like a handful of cards that revive monsters from the graveyard because all you have back then is what? Pre-mat, Koth, Reborn is banned, right? And it's a 3K dude, but like, again, there's Torrential, there's Ring. Like, there's so many different cards that can just answer this thing that I don't know. I still think they could have removed the clause and it's fine.
So it depends on the era you're talking about. In like 2006, I think that this card would have been absolutely played as a reanimator target in sort of the combo decks that were pushed to the edges of the meta by the cards you're talking about. I can't overstate how good it would be for like Reasoning Gate, a deck that is not super playable in like Goat or Reaper, to receive a card like Ancient Gear Golem as part of their end board, a way to stop like a recruiter deck from absolutely walling them, sans finding like a Nobleman of Crossout. If you go a little later, 2008, 2009, the reanimation spells get a lot better. There start being machine-specific spells, but I think probably it would not see play during those years. But as soon as Machina Fortress is released, I think it would see a ton of play again. I mean, people were willing to jump on Gear Town just to make Galgatron Dragon, and I can't help but feel that AGG is just strictly better than that card.
I just think about, so if we're talking about like historic GX boss monsters, I know we're going off on a bit of a tangent here, but like, so the creator
it's a fun
also
discussion.
has the...
Yeah.
It is. Like, so the creator is another card that cannot be special summoned and virtually saw no play as a result because aside from creator incarnate special creator, which let's be honest, never fucking happened, that was the only way you were going to pull that off. Sacred Phoenix of Nephthys, alternatively, Flaming Eternity, the set right before Lost Millennium, did not have the clause and in fact was, I mean, to be fair, was a built-in heavy storm on top of it, but
it's
saw
around.
not a ton of play, but it saw enough play because it didn't have this limitation on it.
Right.
I feel like if Golem wasn't a GX specific card when they just basically wanted every card in that era to suck for the most part, then if you remove that restriction, I think it would have been like a fine card. Yes, when you're talking about like your high roll Reasoning Gate decks and such, I think that's fine. I think a card like that in a deck like that wouldn't take that deck to like the tier, like immediate best deck of the format. I still think there's better things you can play, but it is what it is. I mean, we've been talking about this.
I don't think AGG would be best deck territory for sure.
No, never. But like, just make it more
something that
playable.
Contests goats, I think would be nice.
Right. I think that's at the very least what I'm looking for. But again, we're talking about in retrospect and things that we wish we could have changed. We haven't even talked about your deck and how like fucking cool this deck is.
Speaking of retrospect, Jurak is such a sick archetype that just came out a year too late. I mean, you just think about how much play, and I can't believe it's actually even playing a copy of this card, this piece of dog shit had in Edison format historically. By modern standards, it sees almost none. I think there was one Flameveil deck in the top 24 of the most recent really big Edison tournament, and even that was a shock to people. This is one of those cards that historically is remembered as decently powerful, but now that we have sort of modern deck building understandings, we realize it sucks ass. But even so, it saw tons tons of play during that period. Imagine if it was actually good. You know, imagine if it was Gwaiba. Imagine if it facilitated Velo. Imagine if you could summon 3-star tuners like Jurak Dino, cycle tuners like Jurak Aeolo that combo with Rekindling. The deck was already trying to do that kind of stuff. These are just much more consistent ways to do it. Velo, by the standards of like 2010, is a recruiter the likes of which just did not exist. And while definitely the stars of the show are the rank 4s that they eventually start going into, if it was released a year earlier without the ability to rank, you could still make powerful 5s, 6s, 7s with your 4-star non-tuners and your 1 and 3-star tuners. I just wish we had been able to. The fact that it was released in, I think, a hidden arsenal set or a deck build pack or something, just doomed the archetype because it was up against other archetypes released in 2011. It was trying to contend with wind-up hand looping, you know, and they're never going to be able to do anything about that. I do appreciate that Aeolo has a very specific competitive niche in like a tuner you can summon off of Miscellaneousaurus, but it sucks to see that this archetype never got its day in the sun.
And like, let's be honest, like Gwaiba saw play in Dino Rabbit, and Aeolo saw play in modern dinosaur decks because it was actually like the Jurak cards are inherently just good, but like you said, I really think it was just the timeline just was not kind to these cards in the slightest. And right when we're at the precipice of Dino Rabbit and there's so many infinitely easier ways to access Lagia Dolka, it really just was a missed opportunity. This was a really cool deck to see, and I'm happy that we got to show this one off.
Yeah, both of these were really neat strategies. I'm immediately going into alt format discords after this call. I'm gonna try and tinker with both of them. I think there's a lot of play in the Machina AGG deck. I think there's a lot of play for people who play like September 2011 format to maybe do something with Jurak that isn't Dino Rabbit, because God, that deck is mind-numbing.
So guys, that's going to wrap it up for another video. I really hope you all enjoyed. Let's go ahead and shout the patrons for all of their continued support. So shoutouts to Shadow1317, Moto, Tim00x3, Cameron Smith, MBT Play Medolce, Chaotic Meatball, Part 2, Pony Starks, The Synchro Guy, Dan the Man Hoban, I ship MBT and Cimo, Draconic, Phoenix the Immortal, Jordan Coons, Iron Bladesman, Jesse Wood, Chris Hood, David Liu, Dylan Hunter, Cody Bretz, John Two-Based, Extremely Vulgar Man, Brody Eastwood, Zerius Business, MBT Caught Injecting His Fairy Lily, Carlos DT, Flannel Daddy, Valen Jackson, Hornet, Aren't You Glad I Didn't Say Alpha Tribute Ben 10, TC Gaming, thanks for the sleeve stat, Matthew Brady, Max, Twinkle Muncher, Eater of Crayons, Luabon, Yodabon, Helios 515, Simo's Chaos Cooking Draft, MBT funding the Iris with his Rothschild Wealth, that's his Roth IRA, Simping for Simo, Stolfin Amethyst, Nicholas Carpenter, Simo's Harem of Sexy Yugi Tubers, LGMBTQ, Nim Noodle, Malabranch of the Burning Tunnel, Stella and Zoa Vermilion, Wonder Waffle, James Keen, Skull Servant, and the Wandering Doomed are boyfriends. MBT cancel by all community soon, cancel by all committee soon, cancel by all players soon. Not reading cards makes the game interesting, and you know it. The MBT and MBT Yu-Gi-Oh! Stands for Morbin Time, The Undertaker versus Simo and MBT, Dalton, Hunter Reed, Shrug, Zyx, The Crystal Beast Enthusiast, ITF, Corvain, Dark Echo, TG Starman, Seamoose Engage, Viso the V, Wacky Waving, Arm Failing Inflatable 2 Men selling crudely painted, not so funny plywood cutout folk art, and hatformat.com. Thank you so much for watching the video, and we will see you next time.